Okay. Alright there, you little demons, Jules here for WhatCulture.com, back again with another episode of the awesomely named and authorly hosted Choose Your Own Adventure, the weekly medieval themed format where I, the crown Jules of WhatCulture.com, take a list chosen by you, yes you, the person who actually has something to plug today. You see, you might have noticed on the previous episode that Si is painting up some Warhammer that is actually going to be a part of a charity event that I too am a part of. The 40 Hours of 40k charity event is going to be running very, very soon, and the money gathered is going to be going towards the campaign against living miserably. It's a great cause, and there's going to be a ton of people that have contributed in so many different ways across the 40 Hours of 40k, and it's going to be an incredible event. And there's actually going to be a secret special battle report that's going to be filmed there with the Live and Let's Dice boys. We're going to be taking this game here, and I invited a ton of my incredibly skilled mates to come and paint up a model each to form all of the models in this game, and we're going to meet to do 3 battles back to back as we try and take on the dreaded Amble. If that wasn't enough, then not only will all the money that you donate to this event be going towards the campaign against living miserably, but it will also give you entry into a raffle, which will allow you to win, potentially, an entire World Eaters army painted up by all of us. So if that wasn't good enough, I don't know what bloody is. So yes, you get to decide what list I dole out to you each and every week. Whew, that was a long plug, but I do think it was worth it. Yes, you get to decide what list I dole out to you each and every week. And this week we have none other than... I'm gonna wet those whittles. To a brighter future. That was really disturbing, wasn't it? Who suggested that we take a look at video game inventions that actually went on to become real-world items. Ooh! Now, I like to think of myself as a bit of a sci-fi guy. I've got a VR headset, I've got a Bluetooth toothbrush, I've got a keyboard that is designed to only feel sexual stimulation, but you know what? I'm not the only one. Because thanks to video games and their outlandish weapons, gadgets and items, it was only a matter of time before greatness echoed greatness and somebody in our reality decided to bring these mad inventions to life. So let's have a chat. As I'm Jules, this is WhatCulture.com, and these are 8 incredible inventions ripped straight from video games. Number 8, the Tactical Laser System, Ace Combat. Now, Ace Combat's Tactical Laser System, TLAS, is an experimental laser weapon which you can attach to a player's aircraft, allowing them to paint a target and then annihilate it with a devastatingly powerful laser blast. Now, the TLAS was first introduced in 2004's Ace Combat 5, The Unsung War. And though its power has changed numerous times over the years for the sake of balancing, it seemingly eventually caught the attention of aerospace manufacturer Lockheed Martin. In 2020, the company announced their Directed Energy Initiative, a laser defense weapon system that could, like Ace Combat's TLAS, be mounted to a plane's fuselage, used to paint a target, and then near instantaneously shoot it out of the sky. Now, the company even included a test video on their website showing the laser in action, and while it is entirely possible that the company came up with such tech independently, it sure is amusing, and also a teensy bit scary to consider them getting the idea from Ace Combat. Could you imagine that? They're just playing that, you walk through the studios and they're just like, what are you playing there? Ace Combat? What's that? It's a plane with a laser weapon? I've got a great idea. And they're just like, no. The end of humanity steps forward when you say stuff like that. The last time you said that was with a plague bomb. And that's how we got Nurgle. Number 7, Stealth Camouflage, Metal Gear Solid. Now, there are a few technologies in video games cooler than the stealth camouflage that is shown off in Metal Gear Solid. Unlocked at the end of your first playthrough, if you submit to Revolver Ocelot's torture, the stealth camo renders the player invisible to all regular enemies throughout the game, bending light in a way that gives Solid Snake a faint green outline. It must be quite terrifying to be a guard and realise that it's Solid Snake mere meters away from him and you're like, oh god, I'm just dead. You're just kind of like, what is that? Why is the light is like shimmering? There's something not right about this. I put my contacts in as well today, so I've got 20/20 vision. Oh my god, it's saying your neck snapper. I love that bit. And yeah, this probably seems like just fanciful, fake tech that we could never achieve, right? But the fundamentals are solid enough that a company developed a prototype of it way in 2003 even, just 5 years after Metal Gear Solid was released. Susumu Tachi, a professor at Tokyo University, developed a so-called invisibility cloak, which works by projecting footage from a camera placed on the back of the cloak onto the front of it, rendering the clothing basically see-through. Since then, more elaborate versions have been developed. Like in 2019, Canadian company Hyper Stealth Technology, cool name, filed a patent for a quantum stealth cloak. Again, cool name, which quite impressively bends light around a subject wearing the material. And Hyper Stealth even claimed that the tech could successfully cloak not only soldiers, but also heavy artillery. And isn't that a lovely, lovely thought? Unseen death. Cool. Move over, stress. We've got the new unseen killer. Number 6, the Medigun, Team Fortress 2. Now, Team Fortress 2's Medigun is a damn miracle of a weapon, allowing a medic to aim it at a wounded friendly player and just heal them with it by shooting them repeatedly in the spine. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself at this point, how would this ever make its way into reality? Because the last time I checked, shooting people with things usually causes more damage than it does heal them. But wait! Because yes, while there are obvious limitations to how this tech could be replicated in reality, back in 2011, National Geographic reported a similar tool called the skin gun, which can take the stem cells from an injured person's body, in this case a burn victim, and spray it onto their injured skin, healing them in a matter of days. Now, given that conventional skin grafts can take months to fully heal, that is an astonishing step up, even if it's not quite as instantaneous as the Medigun's ability to heal a fellow player in a few seconds. But also, just mad concept, isn't it? Oh, hey mate, what's up? He's like, oh, my arm's come off. Fought a bear on the way to the co-op. Awkward, I know, right? I can't even gesture with that. Awkward, I know, right? And oh, don't worry mate, I've got a gun for you that'll heal you. Oh, what's inside of it? Is it magic? Oh, sorry, is it magic? Is it bloody no, it's skin. Sorry, what? Skin! CSGO players are gonna love this, man. Skins, guns, it's their entire thing. But weirdly enough, despite the skin gun's extremely impressive, even miraculous ability to heal burns, the word has gone quiet on it in recent years. All the same, it's as close to a real-life Medigun as we've got for now. Number 5. Power Armor, Fallout 4. Now, Power Armor is one of the most iconic items of the Fallout franchise, second only to rad roaches that are so rad that they should come with their own skateboard and 90s aesthetic. But yeah, anyway, Power Armor. It's a large personal infantry suit which grants the wearer protection against both artillery and radiation while also giving them amazing strength and durability. And you talk like this when you wear it. That is mandatory. Anyway, in the early 2010s, the US military began work on a similar armoured exoskeleton suit, which they dubbed the Tactical Assault Light Operator Suit, or TALOS. I swear that half of these inventions, you come up with the name first and the rest falls into place. In addition to providing the user with full body armor and enhancing their strength, it would also include sensors to monitor their vitals, with the intent of allowing the user to clear rooms with heavily reduced personal risk. And though prototypes were privately developed, the Talos program was ultimately scrapped in 2019 due to both the costs involved and the challenges of powering the suit in a lightweight way. Because I mean, it's not like you can just strap a ton of like car batteries to it and just be like, oh yeah, cool, I can move. But carrying a ton, so it's kind of impacting the strength gain to net loss of this. Excuse me, while I go down and sort out that bear. It'll be interesting to see whether or not another company can solve these fiscal and technological challenges in time, because of all the inventions on this list, it's honestly one of the least insane. Number 4, Stylized Bionic Arms, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Though bionic limb technology has existed for many years, only recently has such tech taken some direct, unequivocal inspiration from a video game. You see, in Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind Divided, protagonist Adam Jensen rocks a pair of augmented limbs, mechanical prostheses, which rather than attempt to blend in with the user's body, are instead stylized to draw out attention to themselves. And in 2016, a UK company called Open Bionics developed a type of bionic arm directly inspired by Jensen's own, even partnering with Square Enix to officially call it the Jensen arm. Though this version of the arm doesn't quite allow the physical augmentation of Jensen's, it is 3D printed to resemble it exactly, enough that the first user, a man named Daniel Melville, had to show people it wasn't cosplay, but actually a real, fully functional bionic arm. Rather than blend in with his body and skin as most prosthetics are intended to, Melville's announces itself loudly and proudly, and you know what? Why the hell not? That is amazing. Do we even live in a time where this is possible, but also that it's possible to stylize it in this way? It is so cool. And since then, Open Bionics has expanded its stylistic bionic arms to offer the likes of Star Wars, Iron Man, Attila Battle Angel, Metal Gear Solid 5, and many, many more. You love to see it. Number 3, AutoAim SL Aim Assist. Many shooters. Now, AutoAim has existed in various forms in video games for decades at this point, from basic lock-on aiming to more subtle aim assist features. Each are intended to help players shoot their targets with a greater degree of accuracy. And so, it's hardly a surprise that a real-life rendition of this idea was soon enough worked up. You see, in 2011, the world's first precision-guided firearm was revealed, the Tracking Point XS1. Again, I just want to be in the room when these names are come up with. I want to be a part of this fun. The weapon, which costs $17,000, allows the user to tag a target and then let the gun calculate variables such as wind speed to ensure an accurate kill shot. The tech quickly evolved to allow tracking of fast-moving targets from varying distances, enough so that the US Army began experimenting with it in 2014. As for why it hasn't been rolled out in the field for real, well, in 2017, software vulnerabilities revealed the possibility of the aiming technology being hacked by a third party, the implications of which are naturally horrific. Like, you can imagine this, it's like, all right, Gunny, should we go kill some bad guys? Yeah, that sounds brill, I love it, etc. Are you trying to quote McDonald's at me? No, not at all. Corporations would definitely stay out of military hardware. Anyway, we're right. Tag. Click. What's up, mate? I have performance anxiety. Whew. Don't we all, mate? Don't we all? What? Wait, now, what's this all about? Oh, sorry, boss. I work for a new owner. Gunny, no. Drama Part 2 coming in the future, Choose an Adventure. What will happen with Man and Gunny? That's the name of the team. It's Gunny and the Man. That's it. Gunny and the Man. Anyway, since then, the XS1 has largely fallen out of public view, even if the bones of the idea remain as genius as they are unnerving. Number 2, The Flood, Super Mario Sunshine. Now, throughout Super Mario Sunshine, everyone's favourite Italian plumber is required to clean up Al Delfino with a wild piece of tech called the Flash Liquidizer Ultra Dowsing Device, also known as the Flood. Now, in addition to cleaning the environment, however, the high-powered water jets can also be used to propel Mario into the air to reach higher platforms, effectively functioning as a water-powered jetpack. And in 2009, the Flood was realised in real life with the JetLev, a water-propelled jetpack which allowed users to hover up to 30 feet above water. The success of JetLev led to numerous other competitor products hitting the market, and today, hydro jetpacks are commonly used by guests in water parks and by rich people who just cannot be bothered to walk anymore. I mean, that is quite a successful journey for a piece of tech seemingly inspired by a silly gimmick gadget, albeit an extremely fun one from a Mario game, of all things. But also the fact that it's from a Mario game does make me question why Nintendo didn't get up the mountainous lawyers that it keeps on retainer. Because you know what they're like. They probably saw that and were like, that's ours.
It's not Nintendo. People can have fun without you.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Actually, now that you've said it with such conviction, no. No, I'm not.
Crikey. Nintendo. Put a sale on your first party titles. Come on, man. And number 1, social media in its entirety. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. And finally, perhaps the single most ridiculous piece of technology on this entire list, the clown show that is social media itself. As if we don't have enough proof that Hideo Kojima is an unhinged genius, way in 2001, he basically outlined what algorithm-driven social media platforms would eventually become and do to society in Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. Now, near the end of that game, the Patriot AI versions of Rose and Colonel Campbell detail how an increasingly digitized society will become fractured by the presence of misinformation, aka fake news, and retreat into siloed off echo chambers fearful of challenging outside opinions. Wow, that is way too familiar, dude. Given that the proto-social media of the early 2000s was message boards without any smart algorithmic curation, it's mesmerizing that Kojima was able to predict what the likes of Facebook and Twitter would aggressively ramp up throughout the 2010s to this very day. Now, it's far more likely that Kojima just did his research rather than those platforms taking inspiration from him, but all the same, it does feel eerily prophetic watching these scenes in that game play out today, and for it to be so close to home. I can see my address. I'm coming through the letterbox. It's that close to home. It's coming into my room. Oh dear, I'm dead. And there we go, my friends. Those were some amazing inventions ripped straight from video games. I hope that you enjoyed that, and let me know what you thought about it down in the comments section below. And remember to leave your comment for next week's video down there as well. If you want to chat to me in the meantime, you can go follow me over on my social medias here, or you can follow my lovely editor Sai over on her social medias over here as well. But before I go, I just want to say one thing. Firstly, don't forget to check out the link in the description for more details on the 40 Hours of 40K live event that both Sai and I are taking part in. Contribute to that, potentially win yourself a free army, and help people get a better life going forward. And speaking of which, that's pretty much all I try to do at the end of these videos for you lovely people, because, well, look, let's just face it, let's just cut straight to the chase. You guys have afforded me a lovely platform here of which that I'm able to do all of my silly video game stuff, and I always think to myself, I want to pay it back to you. You've shown me great kindness over the years, helped support me through so many different endeavors, and it really means a lot to me. It's part of the reason why I always say these things at the end of the video, because I just want you to live a healthy and happy life. You've reminded me that I'm a big ledge nearly every single day that I open the comments, and I want to do the same to you. I want you to start the day reminding yourself that you deserve love, happiness, and success. You're a good person. You deserve the bloody best, all right? And don't let anything or anyone else tell you otherwise, all right? As always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome. Never forget that. I'll speak to you soon.